mother of 6 kids, and I stay home and raise them. And I went through a traumatic divorce a couple of years ago. I got through it, and life is so much better now. You can describe it as open heart surgery with no anesthesia. It's really rough. The only good thing is that there are people to help you through. Encouragement, there's hope. It's just painful, and you feel lost, you feel scared, abandoned almost. So when you find someone you can trust, it really helps. Well, the first firm, unfortunately, met the stereotype of attorneys, and they were in it for themselves. And once that became apparent after a year, I sought someone else and found you. There was a huge difference. You're not in it for the money. You have compassion, which sets a high standard, and it's hard to find, but you do have it. I was impressed because you have the education and the intelligence that someone who's going through a divorce needs. Somebody that knows the laws, knows how everything works. You have humility, because when there wasn't an answer to a question, you wouldn't have found it. You weren't haughty or anything like that. And that was very reassuring. I felt very safe that way. And you are genuine, and it was great. You're just real. You're easy to talk to. I could tell you anything, and I never felt judged. I never felt abandoned, and my case was resolved as peacefully as possible, and I'm just so grateful. I was impressed with the whole thing. It was just a godsend. Yes, I felt prepared. You had asked me many, many questions and gotten the information that you were comfortable with, and I told you everything I felt I needed to say, and you told me what they were going to ask me, so I felt prepared. I didn't feel like there were going to be any surprises or shocks or anything like that. I felt well prepared, and you were very reassuring and confident. It went very well. Ours was a long one. It was about 11 hours. What we did was we were in one room, and the other attorney and his client were in the other room, and a mediator walked back and forth to the different rooms with the different requests and options, and kind of ran back and forth all day, and we came to agreements that way. It was very nice. It avoided the courtroom cost and trauma, and nobody really wants to do that. But it went very well. Felt prepared. You once again told me what to expect, and you realized when I was getting fatigued. You gave me a little rest, and you kept running questions by me to think about ahead of time, so I would have a little time to jolt them around in my mind before we had to answer them. It was great. I didn't have any surprises there either. Oh yes, you pointed things out that I had never thought about. I couldn't think that far ahead. As you said, divorce is traumatic, to say the least, and it's hard to think to tomorrow, much less years ahead. And you had thought all that out. You talked about child support years from now and many other things that came up, and it was very helpful. I never would have thought of those things. I look for someone who is genuine, who is not in it to fill their pocket. Unfortunately, as you well know, I'm sure lawyers have a reputation of looking out for themselves and being harsh. You strike a brilliant balance. You get your paycheck, but you care very much for your clients. You make sure the best is done for them. And you have a level of compassion in an attorney I've never known. So I was very, very happy. I would advise someone to seek someone who has some humility and compassion, and you have those things. It's great. It was like going through a forest. It was dark and I didn't know where anything was. You helped me through, and now I climb the mountain and there's all kinds of hope.